Hey everyone, Jefferson Graham here with a live show. We've got some very special guests today, Juliana and Martin Gomez from the Tourist to Local channel. They've got a great channel that you need to check out if you're not familiar with them. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. They have been everywhere, and they have been uh, Argentina and all sorts of places. And I'm just going to jump right in and say, hey, Juliana and Martine, how you doing?
Hi! Oh my gosh, we're so excited to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
coming.
much.
Tell everybody right now about the channel.
Oh my gosh, the channel. Do you want
Well,
to start?
mi amor, I think you have to start because you started with this channel.
Yes, so we started the channel in 2014. I started as a way to document my study abroad adventures, and over time it morphed into all sorts of things. I worked on a cruise ship, which is where I met this guy. And then from there, we kind of just pursued our love for travel together in whatever way we could. We lived in Mexico for a little bit, then we moved to the US and kind of had this idea to visit every state in each other's country to understand each other's culture more. And so we're still doing that, and we make videos every week in English and Spanish.
And okay, so 10th anniversary just celebrated. You've been to 27 countries over 10 years. I've only been to 7. You know?
I think that working on a cruise ship really helped to
That's
get
right.
that count up.
All right. We're going to talk about travel photography, and then we're going to get into the channel and some of the really amazing things that you've done, including tango dancing in Argentina, which I'm really, it was so amazing. So
Thank you.
let's talk travel photography to start off. So if I read your gear list correctly, you're shooting on a Sony A7C and a 16 to 35 millimeter lens. Is that currently what you're doing?
That is correct. That is our new setup. We started using it starting with our Koyokan video just a couple months ago. And it's fabulous. Before that, we were using a Sony A6400, which got us really far, but so far we're really enjoying using this new camera just for the stabilization alone.
That's right.
Okay. And one of the benefits of having a duo make videos together is that one can film the other while you're doing stuff, correct?
You know it. Sometimes it's like, okay, this is my time to film. Okay, please just make like a nice walk over there and I'm just going to film you. Like, just try to act beautiful and I'm just going to film you. Or like, sometimes it's like the opposite. It's like, okay, we were like going through a path and we're living like the Mexican life in a market and you don't have to act. It's like just filming over there at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And now beyond that camera and that lens, which I'd like to dive into, the drone work is amazing. You do some of the best drone work. My mouth
Thank
is
you.
always watering. And now who's the drone operator here?
Oh my goodness.
Like normally it's Juliana. I was the most adventurous one in that field because I like to play. I'm like a little kid with the drone, but the steady shots is Juliana.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that really means a lot to hear you say that you like our drone work because we just got this drone last year and we truly do not know anything. Like, we just kind of play around with what looks pretty. Like, we just have so much fun. Martine flies the drone in Mexico most of the time because of the drone rules, but I have fun exploring with everywhere else we've been going. And oh gosh, we love the drone. I feel like it's taken our shots to the next level and kind of makes it more cinematic.
Yeah, you can't do a travel video without drone footage at this point. Which drone are you using?
The DJI Mini 3. I really wish though that we waited for the 4. But it works. We love it. I mean, you really have to be careful because you could run into stuff easily. But so far we haven't had any accidents.
Okay, well, I have the 4, and the reason I have the 4 is because I used to have the Mavic Air 2S, and when the king tides happened in the beach community that I live in, I decided to go in for one last close-up of the wave, and you know what happened. The wave ate my drone.
Oh,
Yep. Those waves, you can just get a little too close sometimes.
And so I just went out and bought a new one, and the Mini 4 was available. We have a question from Kim, who says, how do you figure out what the drone rules are depending on where you are in the world? And you know,
Oh,
you
good
guys,
question.
27 countries, you just
That's a
came
good
back from
question.
Argentina. I know that where was I last? I was in another country, wasn't I? Yes, I was in Sicily, and I just got up early in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I just started flying in open spaces over the water and things like that, and figured out if there was going to be a problem, somebody would come run out and tell me, but hopefully there wasn't anybody around, and I didn't get in any trouble. What about you guys? You were in Sicily as
Yeah.
well.
Oh my gosh. We have like 4 different apps on our phone that we use to check because sometimes it feels like there's conflicting information. We'll always start with like the DJI app, just see like if there's any regulations that are off. And then we'll check our other apps and then also do a Google search just to see like, are you allowed to fly in this area? And so far we haven't had any issues. Obviously avoid national parks, can't do that. But other than that, I mean, you also have to be careful a lot of times in cities with the airports nearby.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if you're near an airport, probably we can't fly.
But also we do a lot of research before traveling to that country. So it's like a lot of what people say online, their experiences, maybe people that they have done videos over there. So it's like a whole work
Exactly.
between both of us to figure it out if it's possible to fly it in the area.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem is that the rules are just, you never know. And if you look up something, you don't know if it's current. Now, speaking of national
right.
parks, that is known that you're not allowed to fly there. But I was just in Zion National Park, and I figured just for the heck of it, I would fly right outside of the park, like right at the entrance where it said, you know, Zion National Park. Whoop, straight up it went. And then I was in other places where I couldn't even launch at all. So you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's very easy to mess it up, you know, like it really depends on what map you're looking at. So we always kind of assume we can't fly unless we've come
right.
across stuff that says we can.
Exactly.
In any of these 27 countries, did anybody come running out to you and say, no, 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 no?
No, actually, we've been very lucky. That would probably be my worst nightmare, and I would probably cry immediately. I hate the idea of doing something wrong.
Normally we don't want to be that obvious, and we find like a place that we're like kind of like outside of the hidden path, like
Yeah.
over there. Like
Yeah,
just
and
in-
we'd probably look even sketchier doing
yeah,
that,
yeah,
to be
exactly.
honest.
But still,
I flew in Portugal one morning. I found a plaza there in either Lisbon or Porto, and it looked good. And then once I went up, every seagull in Portugal came out and scared the living daylights out of me.
I know.
right?
Yeah. Can we talk about the real threat here is the birds. Like we've had so many times that we'll be filming and all of a sudden a bird swoops in and it starts diving for it over and over, and we're like, oh my God, this is how it happens. This is how we lose the drone.
that's right.
Here's a question from Todd. They want to know if you have as somebody who travels to 27 countries in 10 years, do you have a permanent residence?
We do, and that's been something that's kind of made us a little bit different than a lot of other travel YouTubers you'll see. Is we do have a permanent residence in Northern California because we both work and we both are huge homebodies. We like to have a place to call home every now and then.
And you're there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's nice to be traveling, so we plan our trips, so we can have like maybe 1.5 months away from home, and then whenever we come back, it's like, you know, you want to have your own bed, and also you want to have your own closet, and you want to have your own activities back home, so you can refill and then go back into the adventure.
Exactly. I think that finding community has been super important for us in the past year. I mean, it can be very isolating to travel all the time, so we're really trying to make an effort to make more friends at home who understand our lifestyle. A lot of them are like, wait, what? You guys travel so much? But we're getting there, and we have our little activities. Martine's in a football league. I'm doing dance class. So it's nice to have our own like real lives outside of YouTube.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you some more questions about that, but first I know you're going to like this. Oh my God, they are the cutest couple.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
That's so sweet.
That comes from Kim. So how many weeks a year are you traveling?
Oh my gosh. Gosh, that's a great question. Oh, we could pull out the actual numbers, but let's see.
Okay, so this year you've been to Mexico, Argentina, and Sicily, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So I would say probably
Yeah, Mexico.
5 months out of the year, but it's spread out.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give you the question that I get all the time. How do you afford it?
How do we afford it?
Yes.
We work really freaking hard. You guys have no idea the way our schedule is so perfectly crafted to be able to have full-time jobs and then do YouTube
That's
immediately after clocking out.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday through Friday we work. We have normal 40-hour-a-week jobs that are thankfully remote, which really helps us.
And after those 8 hours just working for a regular work is planning, researching, editing, discussing about what is good, what is bad about the channel. And it's 2 channels, so it's like, yeah.
There's no free weekends. Every weekend is filming pretty much or editing, and so it's just kind of, you have to be a workaholic to be us. So that is how.
I was cracked up. Somebody says to me, "Hope you had a wonderful weekend." What? I've been working the whole time. What are you, crazy? Right?
If you only knew. Yeah, no, it's a ton of work, and it's gotten to the point, I mean, we were talking about how we've been doing this for 10 years. It's just second nature to us now. It's just, we love it. It's what makes us happy. And before this point, like, even though I was working remotely, like shortly after I met Martin hadn't been working remotely. So he had an in-person job for a while. So we really had to like schedule around holidays and weekends and stuff to be able to travel.
Okay, now are you comfortable saying what you do in this other job?
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't want to go into too much detail about it, but we both work in various tech sectors.
That's right.
Yeah, so you want to explain yours?
Yeah, I mean, it will be better if you explain it, but yes, I work for a British company that works in the US related to health.
Digital health.
Digital health.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So he works in customer success.
Okay.
And I work for a travel startup, and I work with engineers and helping to resolve bugs and also doing some training. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
Argentina, you're there 4 weeks, 3 weeks? How long?
we were there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then 1 week in Uruguay and 1 week in Brazil, which
That's
you guys
right.
will all see very soon.
Okay, so you tell your employer, hey, I'm going away, or I'll be working this schedule during that 2 week period.
Yeah, what's great is both of us work for companies where it's a ton of digital nomads. So you don't even really need to tell anyone. I mean, everybody's always traveling around. As long as we can work the hours we normally work, it doesn't matter where we are.
Okay, so what hours do you normally work? You don't work 9 to 5.
No.
No, we work normally from California hours. It will be 6 till
7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, we woke up at 6. Sorry,
We wake up at
7 to 4.
Yes, but actually I just changed my schedule because I want to have my mornings free, and we're going to be here for a while. So now I'm doing 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
That's right.
And then you edit all night?
Yeah, well, no, I edit in the morning now.
That's right.
But before I was editing after work.
Okay, and you
Yeah.
edit in Final Cut or Premiere?
Final cut.
Okay,
Final cut.
on a
Yes.
MacBook.
Yes.
Okay, so now you edited the Argentina videos in Argentina, correct?
Yes.
So walk us through the process. Now, in your bag, you land in Argentina, and what you have a camera and a lens. That's it, and a drone. What else do you have?
We have a couple of things, but it depends on the trip. Like, for instance, we also have a GoPro for another type of trips, and we travel with our laptops, which is always a hassle whenever you go to a different country. It's like, okay, you're over here. Wow, you're bringing 4 laptops. Okay, one is we have to explain, like it's one is for aging, one is for
Yeah.
I hope they don't do any kind of
Wait.
questions.
You bring 4 laptops with you to Argentina.
Yep.
Four
Yep. We both have our personal ones and then our work ones.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so now 4 laptops, GoPro, drone, and a Sony A7C with a 16 to 35 millimeter lens.
Yes, and it's sometimes a stabilizer if we feel like we really want to draw attention to ourselves.
Okay, so what gimbal is that? Is that a Ronin?
Gosh. Is it a Ronin? I think it is.
No. The Ronin what's it for?
No, I think the new one's a Ronin.
Oh.
Yes, I think it is a Ronin. We have it in our Amazon storefront. I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's one of the newer Ronins. It wasn't as cumbersome as the old Ronin we had. We had one a long time ago that was just really heavy.
Tripod?
No, I
No
wish.
tripod.
That's where
Okay.
we draw the line. Because if we bring the stabilizer, it can kind of act as a tripod if we find somewhere to place it.
You're shooting the tango lesson, right? You're shooting the tango lesson, and there's a camera, and the two of you are in it. So.
Oh! We had a Gorilla Pod.
That's right.
That's what it
and
was.
the Gorilla
Yeah.
Pod can hold the Sony because it's
Yes.
a small
It
Sony.
does.
Yes, exactly.
What about mobile? What about mobile video? You know, I shoot everything on this thing.
I know. Well, you're going to see a video coming up. Isn't it this weekend? No,
Not
next
this weekend, the next one.
That we shot on our phone. It's when we went to a football match. So that was kind of our first time experimenting with filming on an iPhone since I started the channel filming on an iPhone in 2014. Things
is
have
very fun.
improved a lot.
Go and watch that one.
yeah, my first videos are a little rough, but yeah, we don't really shoot on the phone much. But we might be doing that more since it kind of went well with this football match experiment because there's definitely places where we're either told we can't have a camera because I don't know what is up with the travel world sometimes. Like you'll go to a museum.
That's right.
And
Or there's also like some places that we don't feel comfortable to have like a big equipment over there.
but like sometimes a museum will be like, no cameras, but then everybody's taking videos with their phone. So.
Right. So Palermo, Sicily, which you went to and I went to. You went to the Opera House, right? You had to go to the Opera House. It's the most amazing building, and you walk in there and they say no photography unless you have one of these.
Exactly. Well, that's funny they told you that. They let us film, right?
From outside.
No, inside we had footage. They wouldn't let us film in the actual opera house because there was a performance happening.
Right.
But then
that's
when
right,
we went
that's right.
upstairs, they kind of let us. I don't know, it was weird.
A little bit, yeah.
So now you've got your 4 laptops. You go to an Airbnb and you just set up, and I assume you bring an external hard drive or two, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And in a microphone.
We have the shotgun mic. We have a Sennheiser 400 that we use for our camera, and then it has like a cord you can change it out for to plug it into your laptop too. So then we'll use that for
So you do that for
voiceovers.
your
Voiceover.
voiceovers.
Yeah.
Todd W. wants to know, what editing apps do you use? Now, I think you said Final Cut, so I think we know. Yeah, and do you use any special plugins or anything? Or
Nope. I don't. No.
Okay. Alania, if I pronounce that correctly, Alania, do you travel? Do you use a check bag or just a carry-on?
Carry on.
That is a carry-on.
With all of that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You must learn how to be okay wearing the same outfit many times.
So if you
and
see
do
our
laundry.
videos and you can see our shrink shorts or a shirt, it's because of that. Like we need to put a lot of things over there in our carry-on.
Yeah.
And you will not do a check bag because?
I hate having to wait for the bag. I don't know why. It makes me angry. I hate waiting for it. It's not even a fear of losing it. It's just I want to get going. That's why.
Okay. Well,
and also because of our camera equipment.
Yeah,
it's valuable.
we're both very practical, and we want to have our things next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to wait, but I also mostly I don't want to lose the gear. And I just want to. You remember my story about that? I left the cab driver left my bag at the B&B and drove away without it, and that had everything in it, and that was a nightmare. Luckily,
can't imagine.
miraculously, it was found.
Yeah. Thank
You haven't had
goodness.
that problem.
No.
Not yet.
How long does it now? We didn't really mention, but you do every episode in Spanish and in English. So
Yes.
do you just redub it, or do you do separate, shoot everything separately in Spanish?
Okay, so a couple of shots is like we have to redo it, and we try to a little bit like act the same way that we do it at the original time, like how we live it at the first moment. For instance, if we were shocked about something, then we have to repeat it in Spanish, or the other way around. Sometimes it's like we're living something in Tepoztlan, in Mexico, and then we were saying something in Spanish, and it was like, oh my God, that was so good. We have to do it again in English.
Yep.
Come on,
and
let's try to do it.
It's second nature now to us. Eat by La Travel, we did a video with them a couple months ago, and they were so shocked behind the scenes. They're like, whoa, you guys, you remember how to say everything over again in the other language. That's crazy. But yeah, so pretty much we just, all the live stuff you see, like the talking on camera, we say it twice in each language. And then there's B-roll, and that is universal. That can be used for both. It's the same sequence. We just copy and paste into the other one. And then the voiceovers, they come when we're in the editing stage. And
That's
how
right.
it works is like I'll be working on the first draft of the video, write it out in
depends
English.
on which language it
Exactly.
is. If it's in Italian, in English, in Spanish.
Yeah, that too,
Yeah.
like the interviews, but I'm talking about like our voiceovers.
That's right.
Like I'll write what I'm thinking of saying in English and then show it to Martin and be like, what do you think of this idea? And then he'll give me feedback and then translate it to Spanish, and then we
right.
record them both.
Yeah.
It's
And then we have to translate it because it's not the same. We have to give like according to the video, it has, I don't know, you want to give it in the Latin American style for the Latin American public, of course. So it changed a little bit, but according to the video, according to the music, so we have to find the right way to do it. So that takes a lot of time sometimes. And, but yeah, like basically is that.
Yeah, we edit the English one first,
That's
and
right.
then from that we come up with what clips we need to change into Spanish. We switch
Have you
them out.
tried dubbing? There's a service called Ditto, I think. I tried it. It was unbelievable how good it was. It was also very expensive, but you could just do that.
Yeah, I could be. I don't know. We like doing it this weird backward way. I don't know. It's just a fun little thing. I don't know. We like having our channels are both very different audiences in English and Spanish, and we both speak Spanish, so
That's
might
right.
as well.
Which channel gets more views?
English one.
Yeah.
Well, it depends though, because like our Argentina series is doing much better in Spanish. So just depends on who it gets picked up by. But even in Mexico, I feel like the English channel does better. I don't know.
Do you guys shoot and film when you get home?
Well, like, I mean, sometimes we'll do other videos around our area. Like, you know, we'll do something, probably we're going to do something in San Francisco later, but no, we don't really do anything else at home. Like, in terms of final touches to any video we've already filmed.
Right.
Yeah. I found at the end of my 7-week road trip, it was like, okay, I've shot enough. I want to have 2 days without shooting. Does that ever happen to you?
Oh my God, yeah, yes. Especially for me, I hate to put on makeup, and then I'm like, yes, we don't have to film today. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to get dressed. Yeah, we look forward to that.
How long does it take to edit one of your videos?
Well, I think it depends. Even though she's the one that you're the one, she's the one that's doing most of the editing. I think it depends what's the video is about. Because whenever we have like a great experience over there and we have like we can edit 2 days away from that experience, we're still like having all those senses of the experience, so we have it over there, so it's easier.
Yes, exactly. Like if we're super passionate about a video, I think we could get it edited in I don't know, 10 hours.
Really?
But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten it down pretty fast. I'm a very math oriented person, so I kind of think in formulas. I kind of have a little formula of how I like to edit.
She's great. Just say it, Jules.
Oh, stop. It really does depend too. Like if we're not doing something on the weekend, I prefer to edit on the weekend so that I don't have to edit before or after work. So 2 full days, I can get the project done. Otherwise, it's kind of like 3 hours after work, before work.
And I have to say something before that. that's what it makes it difficult whenever you're traveling, because you're living different experiences and you have to edit something that you live maybe 2 weeks before, but you already experienced something else that it fulfills you and you're passionate about that. So it's like different to put you back in time and then feel that again.
Yeah, I started to get a little nervous because we were editing our Argentina videos every week when we were there, and I felt super excited about the projects and put like everything into it. And then we went and did Uruguay, and I didn't edit that week. And then we did Brazil, and I felt like I had so much I wanted to say about Uruguay, and now I'm like, wait, what was those feelings? I have to get back in that mode because I'm going to start editing that. And so yeah, sometimes I can make it a little slow.
But you do a new one every week, premieres Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, right?
You know it.
Yeah?
That's right.
How did you choose Sunday?
I don't know. It was just kind of like, Sunday sounds good. I don't know.
We were trying different days. At some point we said like Sunday, and we got like very good audience, and we said like, oh, Sunday.
That
and
works.
also it's good because we working the entire week, and then if we have something to edit, we have to change something, we have the Saturday.
Exactly.
And on Sunday normally is whenever we have a rest day. Well,
Yeah.
if we're not recording.
Exactly.
And your Patreon people see a version ahead of time?
Once a month, yeah, we do give early access to one of our videos, usually whatever our favorite is of the month. I wish we could do it for all of them, but sometimes, like Martine said, there's last minute things we need to
It's
do.
hard when you're on that schedule. I mean, that's quite a schedule.
Yeah, we have to make sure, with the Patreon episodes, we have to make sure that we have it ready a little bit faster. So, I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if you met us, you would, if you talk to my family, they would say that they don't know how I do it. I am a little bit of an energizer bunny, and just can crank out these things. I don't know. It's a lot of pressure, but I get it done.
Can you see a time when this YouTube will be all you do?
Oh, that would be the dream. We talk about it all the time. All the time. It's our dream. Like, we're just waiting for that moment when that could be possible.
I think every time we want to, we're working on the videos to polish or like every single defect that we see in it and try to make a better content every single time. And we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, we would love to not have to have real jobs and be able to do this all the time, because I actually think it would free up some more time for us to be able to make things we're even more excited about. Sometimes I wish we could be in places longer, but we can't because, we have work and stuff.
Costs too much money.
Yeah, it costs too much money, exactly.
Right.
And so, I mean, if you were to ask, our dream, it would be to one day have a team to like help us to produce these videos, because we have some big ideas, and it's just a matter of making them happen, yeah.
The longer you spend somewhere, the more you get to know it, and the better
Exactly.
it becomes, right?
Exactly.
Talk
Yeah.
about your
Yeah.
philosophy a little bit about Tourist to Local. Is you don't go in to just show the top 10 greatest
Yeah.
spots, every postcard shot. You want to get deep in. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think Tourist to Local, it's a really nice balance, because we do still want to show some of the spots that, you have to see. Like, you don't go to Paris and not see the Eiffel Tower. But we try to show people how you can add in these experiences that are going to help you to connect with locals and live a more, authentic experience. Because I feel like sometimes people get afraid to, push themselves to go outside of whatever is in the guidebook. And so we want to show you how you can just even add 1 or 2 activities that we show, and it's going to give you an experience that you go home and you tell people whoa, yeah, the Eiffel Tower was cool, but I did this other thing that was so crazy, and I met a local and connected with them, and I think that that's just important. The whole thing started with Mexico for me. My family always took me to Mexico growing up, and they loved to explore beyond the resort, and I would come back to school and tell my friends about all these crazy things we were doing, and people were bewildered, and so I just kind of wanted to show people how they could do that. Yeah.
Okay. The guidebook drove me crazy in Sicily. I don't know about you, but basically it said you need to do everything. You need to see everything. And it was just too much. It was too much, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
thought.
I know. You gotta take it on your own pace.
Yeah. Okay, so Martine, Juliana is the drone operator. Juliana is the editor. She is shooting most of the video. What do you do, my friend?
I also shoot a couple of shots in the video, but what I do is I do the entire research. Everything that is before the video, the research is my job. So whenever we are studying where to go and what to do and what to show, what's the story, what's the script, what is the title, what's the sense of the place that we want to visit, that's my job. So we have to be very coordinated with that, because I have to tell them exactly what we want to show about this place and what we want to tell about this place. What's the story about this place? So we have to coordinate the shots. We have to coordinate what we're gonna say in the voiceover, and also whenever we're shooting over there and whenever we're talking, we have to discuss a lot about the history about the place and about what do we want to show and how we want to show it.
Yeah, he's our pre-production, I'm the post, and it works. It's great because I don't know a lot about history. He teaches me things all the time, and he also runs the whole Spanish channel too. So.
Right. Do you script? Do you script your show before you get there?
We have, yeah, it depends on the place that we're visiting, because there are some places that we're visiting for only 24 hours. So it's a different script that we have for a place that we're going to be for 3 weeks, for instance. But yeah, normally we have
rough script.
A rough script.
It's not like we used to at one point write out exactly what we're going to say.
We learn to
now we just we have our points that we want to bring up at some point in the video of things we'd like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're here mid-June. We're here on the longest day of the year, solstice, summer solstice.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And
that's right.
What are our plans for the next 6 months? Where are you going?
Oh, it's such a boring answer. Here's the other thing about the way that we plan our travel is we do everything in spring and the beginning of summer. So actually we're going to be home until December, which it's very needed. We have kind of been go. So yeah.
Okay. So you don't have anything for the fall?
Nope, we're taking it off this year. I mean, we could still maybe add something in, but right now we're just kind of ready to be at home. Oh, you know what? There is a couple trips. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself here. We do have a trip down the Oregon coast in a couple weeks. Oregon coast, or up the Oregon coast into Canada.
That's going to be a road trip, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go up to Vancouver, and then December is Japan, which we're excited about.
And are you doing the typical Tokyo, Kyoto, or are you going beyond?
Oh, we don't know yet. We haven't talked about the exact itinerary, but we have the flights booked. We do need to figure that out, though.
You know what we do sometimes?
You're flying to Tokyo, right?
Yeah, we're flying to Tokyo. Yeah,
and that's all we know.
That's right. And normally, whenever we have some free time, the way that we spend our free time, well, also of course we can watch a movie, we can watch a series, but also is just make a little bit of research about our next destination. Yep. And then whenever we have free time, whenever we're having a dinner time, it's like, do you find something? Okay, yeah, I found this. And then, I don't know, we start talking about it. And then we start getting excited about it and then hyping up the place that we're going to visit. And then whenever we go over there and we have our final plan or script, it's all there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're going to love Japan. It's very crowded. It's very different, but if you're going in December, is that what you're going in December?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes,
that's
December.
fine. It's the best time to go.
Oh, good.
It's
Yay!
not as crowded. The second week of December. That's when
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Okay, and then
okay,
the
cool.
Oregon coast.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So after a 7-week road trip, I'm editing all summer long.
Oh, good
Oh,
for
good.
you. I know.
Todd has a question.
Hey,
Let me
Todd.
get that in there. Have you met Drew Binsky, who has traveled every country and has 14 million subscribers on YouTube?
We have not. We're not that cool, unfortunately, that he would know we exist. But if he wants to meet, hello, we
I
are
know,
ready.
But it's funny because my wife asked me how I knew you, and I said, I have no idea. I just sort of stumbled onto the channel. It's how you find people on YouTube, right? You just stumble
Yeah.
onto
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of random.
And then I have a question here from Phineas J. Whoopi. Phineas J. Whoopi has a question for me that I don't know if I have an answer to it. A good source to buy a pre-sale of an iPhone 15 Max Pro and a great price at 256 storage. I would try the refurb store on Apple, but I wouldn't buy an iPhone 15 Pro now. I would wait until September and get a 16. That's my take. It's middle of June, 3 months. Close your eyes, open them up again. It will be Labor Day, and there will be the newest, thinnest, most powerful, most incredible iPhone of all time per Apple. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can
Well,
I add that? Can I add
Yes.
something, Jefferson?
Yes.
Wake me up when September ends. Then over there it will be
yeah,
the best
that's
time.
good to know.
Yeah. My favorite time for travel is October, November, and spring. So.
Yeah. We do like to do the fall stuff, but it's a long story. My mom also does YouTube.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she does cruises, and we have this great agreement sorted out where it's kind of like she'll watch our dog when we're gone, and we'll watch her dog when she's gone, and she has some stuff in the fall, so that's kind of why we
Both
also
golden
stay-
retrievers.
Yeah, they're both golden retrievers. They're both our dogs, so we kind of have to watch the house and stuff.
You'll be glad to know that my mom has a YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
You know
Nice.
what? My mom is doing great. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, she has a knitting channel.
Oh.
And Phineas says thank you. What was I going to ask you about? Okay, what's your favorite time to shoot when you're out in the field?
Early morning, early sunrise. Are we necessarily awake? No. But it's just so much better for not having to deal with crowds, and you get that same beautiful glow
Exactly.
that you can get at sunset. So that's our favorite, and we just kind of suck it up.
Yeah, me too.
Because-
Great time to fly a drone.
Yeah, exactly. And also because we are both working, so normally if we're in a place that we start working at 10 a.m., it's like, okay, from 7 to 8, like, or from 5 to 7, let's go over there and just record with drone
Yeah.
or like good shots over there, and then whenever we finish work, let's go over there and
Let's
show
shoot after,
around
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let you go. Before we do, it's something that not everybody does here. First of all, if I go like this, does that say the Wild West to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
I'm getting ideas for an intro that I can edit.
Okay, and then this is a song I heard in Taormina 10 times a day. I wonder if you did as well.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Wow. I was not
Nice.
expecting a show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you see those guys in Taormina with the straw hats that were playing the accordion and the guitar? They were
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
It was
great
beautiful.
music there.
And they were in the White Lotus. Did you know that?
Oh!
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
And
Yeah.
actually, that's what brings a lot of people to Taormina,
Yeah.
you know, the White Lotus. But
I mean, yeah, they got to make their money. That's good.
it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Did you try walking into the Four Seasons?
No, and I really wish we did, because the thing about me that you need to know is that I have a thing for sneaking into hotels. I don't know what it is. I love to do
Oh,
it.
she
And
said it.
I
She
don't
said
know
it.
why we didn't do it there. We were just hot and just needed to keep filming.
Because you wouldn't have gotten in. I
Ah.
couldn't get in. They were just like,
Yeah.
stop, where do you think you're going? And I said, I just want to see the lobby. They said, no. I said, well, can I go have lunch there? They said, well, do you have a reservation? I said, well, let me make one. They said, well, it's booked 4 weeks in advance.
Oh my God.
Well, at least we saw one person over there that it looks like the hotel manager in the series.
It is, yeah. We saw them from a
It's in
distance.
our video. That's in our video.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I have a little slide here. Let me get it. Where is it? Tourist to Local. YouTube.com/Tourist to Local. Folks, if you're watching, check out their channel. It's amazing. They've got a 10th anniversary. Juliana and Martin have been at it for 10 years. Well, not really. Juliana's been at it for 10 years.
That's right. That's right.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
I've been at it for 5 or 6, and
Dang.
my latest new video will be out tomorrow morning from Cody,
Yay.
Wyoming. Juliana and Martin, what do you have coming up this weekend?
Oh gosh, this weekend is our
Buenos Aires.
big bad Buenos Aires video. It's seeing all the must-see spots. It's a really fun one. So, yeah.
Okay, Sunday morning, 10 a.m.
Yes,
Right?
that's correct.
Pacific
Pacific time.
All righty. Thank you so much for being here. And folks, I'm now going to be more consistent. Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so be sure to tune in, and I'll be back here next Thursday. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you.